What's up, YouTube? How is everybody? I hope good. I am coming to you with another video, and I'm sorry, but my setup is kind of not very good today. I'm in my bedroom. My daughter's home sick from school. She's asleep on the couch, so I'm trying to be quiet so she doesn't wake up because just really isn't feeling good. So it's kind of a generic setup, but at least you get to enjoy all the pinkness in my room. Today my video is on jealousy. I think it's becoming a huge issue. It's always been an issue, obviously, but people seem to be more jealous and more intimidated by people or by the things that they have and vice versa. So I did some research on it, and I want to share with you what I found. If I could talk, I hope it's better than before. The retrograde, I say it every time, it just has me tongue-tied. Anyways, let's get started. Jealousy at times can feel like there's a monster inside of you. It can get that intense. Jealousy comes from low self-esteem, lack of confidence, or even the way that we were raised. If our parents were negative, if they didn't give you any positive feedback or teach you anything positive, then that can definitely leave you feeling less of or less deserving of things in life, and that really takes a toll. Because it can make you be really jealous in your relationships, your friendships, any type of relationship. In those cases, like, I want to give an example. Say that you're with somebody, and every time that person talks to the opposite sex or gives somebody more attention than you, the person that is jealous or insecure or doesn't have very much confidence may feel like they're going to lose that person. Because I know that when you do have jealousy, a lot of the times it comes from also having abandonment issues. So people like that fear that the person, their friend or husband or whomever, might leave them or might find that person more attractive or, just better than they are. So they fear that that person may leave them for the other person, and that's where I think that's where a lot of the jealousy that I've, endured, I guess, throughout my years comes from. But then there's also jealousy too when your friends come over and say you might have a nicer house or you might have nicer things compared to what they have. They can get jealous over that. They might be jealous over your looks, your personality. They might get jealous over you at work if you have a higher position, or say if you get promoted to a higher position. That can cause a lot of jealousy. The thing is with jealousy, after a while, people get sick of having to put up with it. People shouldn't have to put up with it. There's nothing wrong with your spouse going and talking to somebody, even if it is the opposite sex. They obviously want to be with you, and if your marriage or relationship is secure, and you're doing the things that you need to do to make sure that it's secure and your spouse or friend or whomever is satisfied in that relationship, then there's no need to fear losing them. Also, just say if you did lose them, well, then they weren't meant to be in your life in the first place. So we need to remember those things. And it's easy for someone else that doesn't have the jealousy tendencies to say, well, don't do that, don't act like that, why do you do that? Because they don't understand, because that person is, they are secure, they do, feel good about themselves. And I have a couple different things that will explain how a person that isn't jealous is the way they are. So I do have that, but then it's also, I want to also bring up the point that for the person that isn't jealous but has to deal with the wrath of the person that is, it's, we need to maybe try to understand it. We need to try to have patience with it. And then maybe you can come up, work together to come up with a solution regarding it, because no one wants to sit and fight over, silly things like that. Which they're not silly, because the person that's obviously jealous is really upset. It upsets them. It makes them feel insecure. It makes them feel, just not, I guess they don't have self-worth maybe. So as a partner, we should do whatever it takes, or as a friend, to make sure that we help and do what we can to help solve the problem and work through it, instead of just being angry over it and fighting over it and then just letting it be, because the next time it's going to happen again. So 5 reasons people get jealous: insecurity, obsessive thinking, paranoid personality, reality, conclusions to, they come to conclusions to every, every situation, I guess. They, in their mind, they do. 8 habits of people that never get jealous. High sense of self-worth is 1. Take stock in their own blessings. Know when to unplug. Don't seek approval from others. Don't focus on labels. Don't compare themselves to others. Surround themselves with trustworthy people. And that's, that's easy to say, but you could be friends with somebody your whole life and not know that they're not trustworthy. They could betray your trust at any time. Celebrate others' successes. Don't compare themselves to others. And I think I said that before, so I listed that twice. And then how to deal with, haters. Sometimes it's not even the people that we know. Sometimes it's strangers that they see you, or, and they get jealous of you, and how to protect yourself from them, because at times these people can ruin your life completely. They can spread rumors. They can, do things to hinder your growth at your job or in your relationship, or, just anything that would harm you in any aspect of your life. These individuals see something in you that makes them feel that they aren't as good as you. They're not worthy. That you might have an advantage over them because of, just say maybe you're prettier than them, or, more handsome. Sometimes that they imagine why, or they sit and they meet you. I'm sorry, I'm trying to explain this. They can meet you for the first time and they might get jealous because you're with their friend and they don't want their friend to be friends with anybody else. Or they feel, they start to imagine all these scenarios in their head, and by overthinking all of it just makes it, a lot worse. Jealousy emerges as a reaction in or to a situation when the person feels inadequate. So, and instead of these people focusing on the underlying feelings of being inadequate, the jealousy turns into little digs and insults when they are together. And I'm sure you've all been around somebody that has done that to you, where they'll say, I had somebody doing that to me this past summer. Everything I did, they would say, well, it would be nice if you wouldn't have done this, or nobody's going to buy that because it's pink, or, it was just really trying to make me feel bad about what projects I was working on, and telling me that people wouldn't like it because of the colors that I chose, or, however. Or at one point we were out in public, and we had met, I think, at the local pub or something to have a beer, and the wind where I live always blows, and my hair was standing up, and we sat there for, I don't know, a good 15 minutes, and then she waited for all these people to come over. When they walked over to me, then that's when she's like, well, geez, didn't you comb your hair today? Because your hair's sticking up all over. And I was like, well, yeah, of course I combed my hair today. But I sat and wondered why she had waited for all these people to come around, and why she didn't, tell me right from the beginning. That's what I would have done or fixed it for her. Well, what it came down to is we're no longer friends, because it came down to she was jealous of me. And don't ask me why. I don't understand. I mean, I did this video because I wanted to understand more about jealousy and what makes people tick like this and what makes people feel so insecure about another person. So I guess I'm kind of learning along with everyone else. Jealousy person will make... The jealous person will make comments that are direct digs towards the person that they are jealous of, which makes them feel better, and will continue to do it until the other person actually puts a stop to it, until you actually, address it. Even if the jealous person's life really takes off and it's going better than the person they're jealous of, they'll move on to another person to be jealous of. Say that they get this promotion and they're working with all these other people that now, okay, they're above, say, me, so they don't have that jealousy of me any longer because I'm not above them at work, is what I'm trying to say. But then now they have a whole nother group of people to focus on, and they'll tend to get, focus on another victim, and then that's the person that they'll start to do the little digs to and start to be jealous of, and so on. So here are some ways to disarm or stop these jealous individuals. A lot of jealousy comes off of social media. I personally have dealt with that. I'm sure you all have too. So delete your social media. Maybe not post as much information, or if something good happens to you, maybe don't post it on there. Don't post, ideas and things that you're trying to bring into light, or bring into fruition, because people will steal them. They will, it's odd. Address the issue head on. Remind yourself that it's them and not you. Disarm them with positive ways to work at not being jealous, or to look at the person that they're jealous of in a more positive light instead of negative. You can ignore or avoid the jealous person, and always keep being you. Don't ever change for somebody, especially somebody that is jealous. Focus on relationships that encourage you. Sit down and talk to the person. Explain to them how it makes you feel. Try and come up with a solution to help fix the problem. Show compassion and patience. But if it never changes, then it's time to maybe cut that person out of your life and move on. And here are some signs that someone is jealous of you, that I thought would kind of help. They give you false praise. They downplay any type of success you have. They flaunt their success. They are intimidating you, or they try to. They compete, with you. Celebrate your failures instead of your accomplishments. And they point out all your failures, definitely. Gossip behind your back. And they pretty much hate you. I mean, they're not your friend. They are not. I mean, they get to a point that it gets so bad that they literally hate you. They just, they're just that jealous of you. What can we do to stop jealousy? Oh no, I already went over that, so I don't want to go over that again. Here are some things that people have done while being jealous to other people, or to me personally. Destroyed relationships, destroyed reputation by spreading lies, hate. They gossip. They might tell your partner or your spouse that you're cheating on them, or that you're interested in someone else. Or if somebody asks about you, like if they're interested. I know that this is an example. When I first moved back to my hometown, my friend, at least I thought she was my friend, I was sitting in the local pub. She worked there, so I went in there to visit her. Well, I got up to go to the bathroom, and this really nice, good-looking man asked about me, and she proceeded to tell him, well, you don't want anything to do with her. You don't want her. She's this and this and this. And it was all lies about me. Well, the man was nice enough to tell me what she had said, because he was like, well, whatever. I don't really, listen to that. But, I mean, she was supposed to be one of my best friends. And that's what she was doing to me. It really hurt my feelings a lot. It really woke me up to the fact of she wasn't my friend, and she's the one that I'm not friends with now. It can, it can harm, it could hurt your marriage. It could, your career. Sometimes jealousy can actually, they could kill someone over it. They can destroy property. It causes sometimes stalking. And I put, it can lead to people not having friends. It could, disrupt a family situation. There's just so much. If you have done as much as possible to help the jealous person, to try and work through it, and to, continue to be their friend or their boyfriend or girlfriend or spouse, or, if it's a family member or whatever, but they just will not stop. You can either put up with it and just, accept it, ignore it, or you can definitely just walk away. And at times that might be the best answer, especially if it is so bad that it is affecting your life, and that, it's causing you any issues outside of your friendship or whomever's doing it, because no one deserves it unless you're doing something wrong. No one should be treated this way. It is something that comes along. A lot of people are jealous. The thing is that in many cases, people meet you and they don't even give you a chance to get to know, to get to know you, or you to get to know them, because instantly they're jealous over you for some, it could be the silliest thing, the car that you drive or the house you live in. And we're not here to treat people like this. We're not here to act like this. We're here to, love unconditionally, accept people, be good to the people that are in our lives or not even in our lives. And for people to go as far as destroying people's marriages or careers all out of jealousy is just unfounded, and it's just not, it should not be accepted by anyone, because it's not an acceptable act or, way to be towards anyone. So I think that in the world that everybody that we're living in, that everyone seems to want to have the bigger house or the nicer car, or they want the man that everybody, the one girl's dating or whatever, or the job that pays more, or whatever, you have more seniority or whatever it is. It's one thing that is out of control, like many things in this world. And it's one thing that you don't hear many people talking about. It can be very embarrassing if your spouse or if your friends or, whomever is jealous, because people tend to get really mad and upset about it. So it can cause fights in front of people, and it's just something that, if you are going through, maybe it's time to address it. Maybe the person that is jealous needs to go maybe to therapy or counseling to address why they are like this. There's ways to build your self-esteem, self-love, your self-worth up. And I believe that everybody should be doing that each and every day, because life is so just fast-paced and just nonstop, and there is so many issues in this world now that can bring somebody down and make you feel not worthy or not loved, or, not good enough or pretty enough or rich enough. So I just think that this was a topic that needed to be brought to the front, and I just think that we all need to pay attention. And if you are jealous, maybe talk to the person that you're having these feelings not towards, or that's making you feel this way. And like I said, come up with a solution to stop it instead of let it continue, because it's only harming your relationship with others, with yourself, and it's wasted energy that you could be using on positive things. So, well, again, I apologize for my setup, but I wanted to get these videos done and out because it's taken a long time for me to upload them because the wind is so bad where I live. I hope everyone enjoyed this video. I hope that everyone has a good rest of your day or night. I'm sending much positive vibes, love, kindness, hugs, kisses, love, lots of love, unconditional love, and peace always. Take care. Thanks.